Is your heart racing as you wonder if Elliott will walk away unscathed? Are your thoughts zooming around like a car on the final lap? Worry not, fellow speed enthusiasts, rev up your engines. The only thing that is spinning during this intense roller coaster journey through the fierce streets of Chicago is Chase Elliott's steering wheel. But the experience itself is a roller coaster. We're talking metal against concrete. So hello Nascarians, and welcome back to NASCAR Zone. Prepare to experience the thrill and drama that comes along with racing with the king of asphalt, Chase Elliott. But before we begin, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. So, let's explore. Chase Elliott had another set of troubles that had him on the edge of his seat during his qualifying session for the upcoming NASCAR Chicago Street Race. This time, he was confronted with a moment that stopped his heart. The competition took place in Chicago, which is located in Illinois. The team working on Elliott's number 9 Chevy Camaro has been put under a significant amount of pressure to complete the necessary repairs in time for the highly anticipated race on Sunday. Since Elliott's vehicle made contact with the racetrack while he was running practice laps, he has been facing an increasing number of challenges. Elliott admitted publicly only a few short minutes before the start of the qualifying session that he was having difficulty managing the one-of-a-kind hurdles that this specific track posed. As Elliott got closer and closer to the iconic Turn 8, which is notorious for throwing drivers in both the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series off their game, he discovered that it was becoming increasingly difficult for him to maintain his car on the track. However, all of his valiant efforts were in vain since he hit the curb with an excessive amount of energy, which sent him careening right into the immovable temporary barrier. We are damn sure that you have definitely watched that crash. Don't forget to tell us in the comments. Because of this unfortunate turn of events, Elliott's weekend is going to be a whole and total disaster. The stakes are high, and he wanted to make a strong showing in the point race in order to guarantee that he would have a spot in the postseason competition. At this point, the only thing that can salvage his chances is a successful victory. There is nothing else that can help. The power of his collision with the wall was devastating, and it served as a shocking reminder of the uphill climb that remained ahead for the determined number 9 driver. William Clyde Chase Elliott Jr. is an American professional stock car racing driver. He was born on November 28, 1995, in the United States. He drives the number 9 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Hendrick Motorsports in the NASCAR Cup Series and the number 35 Chevrolet Silverado for uncannily Hildman Racing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. He competes full-time in the NASCAR Cup Series and part-time in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. As a result of his victory in the 2014 NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship, he became the first rookie in the history of NASCAR to win a National Series championship and the youngest driver to win that particular series. After taking over for the great Jeff Gordon at the wheel of the number 24 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports in 2016, when Elliott began competing in the Cup Series on a full-time basis, he was honored with the title of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Rookie of the Year. In Phoenix, Arizona, in the year 2020, he became the first driver in Hendrick Motorsports stable since 2016 to win the Cup Series championship. He currently holds a total of 18 victories in the Cup Series, 7 of which came on road courses. He is the son of Bill Elliott, who won the Winston Cup Series in 1988. The Elliots are the third father-son duo to win a NASCAR championship in the sport's history, following in the footsteps of Lee and Richard Petty and Ned and Dale Jarrett. So, what do you think his family motivated him to come on the racing track? Please tell us in the comment box. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now coming back to Elliott's crash. In spite of the significant force that the crash had on his body, Elliott maintained an admirable level of perseverance. Following the incident, he was released from the care facility quite soon, which is evidence of his unwavering dedication to his work. Chase Elliott's economic situation has deteriorated dramatically over the past few years, and he can no longer call the vibrant metropolis of Chicago home. Initially, Elliott found the track, which was modeled after the Xfinity Series, to be motivating. but he is now having trouble overcoming a challenging and perplexing hurdle. It is not his trustworthy automobile that is to blame. Instead, it is an elusive rhythm that has eluded him while he is driving through the bustling streets of Chicago. Elliott and his staff are preparing for a challenging day that is still to come as the sun continues to set earlier and Sunday gets near. Because of their less than ideal starting position, they will need to muster every ounce of their knowledge and effort in order to make it through the competition and secure a strong finish. This will require them to muster every ounce of their experience and dedication. The determined Elliott still has a challenging ascent ahead of him, which bodes well for an exciting and anxious day of racing. Elliott's struggles on the streets of Chicago have only helped to accentuate the magnitude of the challenge that lies ahead, and the stakes in the fascinating world of NASCAR couldn't possibly be any greater if they tried. But in the true spirit of the game, Elliott and his crew are not going to back down from this challenge. They are geared up to put their know-how and tenacity to the test in order to achieve victory over the difficult task at hand. The engines of the race cars will fire up, and the focus of everyone's attention will be on Elliott as he embarks on an endeavor to change the trajectory of his misfortunes and emerge victorious in spite of the huge odds. Chase Elliott's day went from bad to worse as the Chicago race progressed, and it all started with the challenges he had during practice for the event. Even though he was successful in keeping the car from going out of control and spinning, he was not able to reach the desired level of speed. It was a difficult challenge for him to make the necessary alterations to his car because he was unable to drive the course in a manner that best suited his preferences. Because of this, the challenge was challenging. Elliott's hurried efforts to find a solution to the issue gave the impression that he was somewhat bewildered in his search for answers, which contributed to the palpable sense of unease that was all about him. Elliott had an open and honest conversation with his crew before qualifying. During this conversation, Elliott revealed all of his frustrations, leaving no option for subterfuge. "I'm not very good, so I'm just trying to figure out what to do. I'm not even close enough to start complaining," he acknowledged, a comment that almost definitely caused his coworkers to feel a twinge of concern. So can we consider it as one of the most disappointing phases of Chase Elliott? Do tell us in the comments. Chase Elliott seems to be facing a challenging road ahead of him, and there is no indication to suggest that there is any chance that he will be able to make the progress that he so desperately wants to make. Even if he is successful in finding a solution, his starting position will not be ideal because of his poor performance in both practice and qualifying. Since he has already clinched the 20th spot as a result of this, it is unlikely that his starting position will improve. This is due to the fact that he will start in the 21st position. Because the on-track outcomes may not be as good as planned, Elliott may have to rely on the breathtaking vistas of Chicago to salvage any positive talking points from this weekend. This is due to the fact that the action of the race is progressing, and while it is, it appears like Elliott may have to do so. What a ride! It is with a lot of ups and downs, NASCAR fans. Chase Elliott just gave us an edge-of-your-seat spectacle on the gnarly Chicago streets. Are you still breathless like us? Don't let the adrenaline fade just yet. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos on NASCAR. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.